to the channel. I promise guys that it's totally free. Do also know your post notification bell as well to get personal notifications from me when I post a new video. So my returning subscribers, you guys are the little MVPs. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch my video. It really means a lot to me. Please don't forget to like this video, comment, share, and also please subscribe, because a lot of my returning viewers and subscribers. So please do also subscribe to the channel, and I love you all. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys what you need to know about FULafia, how to study smarter and not harder, how to pass FULafia exams. I know it's not an exam period yet, but I just want to film this right now and put it out there for the freshers, because the newbies are coming on campus soon. And congratulations to you guys, and this is just one thing I want to let you guys know, so you know what you're getting yourself into before you come into the system. Okay guys, so please watch to the end, because this video is quite very informative. So in this video I'll be teaching you how to study smarter and not harder. It's good to work hard, but working smarter is the best in achieving a great result. I have seen people in the library spend 24 hours in the library, but when the result comes out, you always feel bad saying this is not what I worked for. I was a victim of this. If you want to know the difference between studying hard and smart, and also want to make a switch between studying hard and studying smart, and how to pass your exams with good grades in the university, then you definitely want to keep watching. So backstory here, I was a fresher just like you guys some years back in 2019, though we resumed partially in 2020. Then Corona hit us, we went back to our houses with strike as well. So in 2021 we resumed fully. So in 2021 I was a fresher like you guys, navigating the university life, and I had high expectations, I had high goals. I wanted to graduate with first class, and we started working towards it. So 100 level first semester results, we worked for the exams. I really worked hard, I worked my ass out, and the result came out. It was very, very amazing, and at that point I slack. That was the beginning of my downfall, basically, because I felt at ease. I don't even know where that spirit came from, but I just felt at ease. I didn't feel the ginger to do more. I just felt like, okay, if I can achieve this result, then I feel like everything will just keep coming. There's no hard work, it will keep coming, like, you know. And second semester result came out, and my results dropped a little, and when I saw that result, I regretted my actions. I felt I didn't work hard enough to, you know, sustain my results, to maintain it, or to, you know, do harder. So that was when the greatest mistake came to play, because in 200 level first semester I now decided to work hard and not smart. I didn't sit to have a deep conversation with myself on how to make things better. I just said, okay, let me just double the hard work. That wasn't enough. What I did in 100 level wasn't enough. Let me do something harder. And I started TDB. TDB I have never done from secondary school till year 2. I started it. Do you know how hard I was reading, to the extent that if my exam is for 8 a.m. I will read all through in class, and then from there I'll just go from where I was reading. I'll just go to my exam venue and write my exams like that. Go freshen up. I make sure that I go with clothes that were good enough that I could be outside with dark clothes. So I go to class with dark clothes, and then in the morning I head to the exam hall and I write my exams and I leave. I really worked hard, a whole lot. That 200 level second semester, that was the hard work I have ever done till now. And guys, results came out, and that results that I worked hard for turned out to be the worst nightmare of my life in Federal University of Lafia. The results was so bad, was very bad. I felt depressed, you know. I felt so sad. At the point I felt like giving up. I was like, if I will work this hard and this is what I'll achieve, then there's no point staying in this university anymore. I was determined to leave school. When I checked the result that day, I called a friend who is a sister. She's a graduate already, who is my school mom basically. That lady was just the God sent to save me that night, because I don't know what I would have done at that point, because it was really heartbroken. Guys, just watch out. I'm going to share this story in depth soon, but I don't know how soon. But just subscribe and stay tuned, because it's going to be coming, okay? So I sat down, and along the line I didn't drop out. I had to continue with school, because I can't tell that to my family members. What did you lack that you want to leave school? So, and all my family members are graduates, so I can't tell them that bullshit. So I had to continue. I had no choice, so I had to make a right in that mess. That was when I started to make an honest conversation with myself. I realized that I was just pouring the hard work in a basket. So one thing I want to let you guys know is, when you guys go to school and collect your course outline and check the credits you need load, prioritize your 3 credit you need load, 4 credit you need load, 6 credit you need load courses more than your 1 credit you need load course, because you get an A 1 credit you need load course, your result will still be and you get that same A in a 3 credit you need load course, your course is going to be wow. So it was at that point I realized my mistake. I had good grades here, but they were all in 1 credit you need load. 1 credit you need load, getting A's in them is just like your beautifying results, but it doesn't make any sense. And then the 3 credit you need loads were where I fumbled. Some I had E, some I had D, some I had F. I don't want to say so much about that, please. That will be coming in a full video. So guys, I don't know what I was doing in 12 level first semester. So basically I was putting the hard work into an empty basket. So that's I was not smart enough. I wasn't smart enough then. I don't know what, you know, how to navigate uni. Basically I was still daft. I was still naive at that point, and that was actually an eye-opener. Level second semester came and the hard work began, but at this point I was smarter, so I didn't put out a lot of hard work, but a whole lot of smartness and sense. And guys, that results turned out to be the best. Second semester 200 level be the best so far. Like my results turned out like I added a whole 1 point to my results with what I got in 3 level first semester. Like in how they grade courses here, I'm going to be doing a full video about grading system in the university here, but let me just give you a tip. The grades are 5. From your 4.5 to 5 is your first class, and from so like 4.5 to 5 so is the first class. So I think that's a 0.5 here. So and then from your 2.5 to your 3.49 is your second class lower. That is a whole 1 point here. And then from 3.5 to 4.5, that is a perfect example of a 1 point. 3.5 to 4.5, 1 point. That is a second class upper. That's sorry, is 4.49. A whole 1 point. So I don't know, maybe I was in 2.5 and I graduated to 3.5. I was in 3.5 and I graduated to 4.5. I was in 1.5, go for a bit, then I graduated to 2.5. It can never be me, but I'm just giving you guys an instance here. So I added, like when I had a honest conversation with myself, when I knew the tricks and tips that works in the university, when I decided to work smarter and not hard, I added a whole freaking 1 point to my CGPA. So what am I trying to tell you guys? I'm trying to tell you guys the importance of working smarter in the university and not hard. So tips on how to study smarter and not harder. Number one, understand yourself. That brings me back to my story here. I understood myself. Like, I had an honest conversation with myself to know what works for me and what was a poison to me, to know what was the best for me and what was bad for me, to know the grading system, to know this is how I can work to achieve this certain goal of mine. Okay, so know yourself, know what works for you. On top level first semester, I knew that I am a night reader person. Up till date, that still works for me. I still do TDB, but at the same time I take breaks. I don't read on a stretch anymore. I take breaks. Like right now, I can read for a 4-hour stretch, but once I exceed that 4 hours, anything I'm reading on my book, I see it as a story, I see it as a novel. It doesn't stick to the head anymore. So but once I want to do an intensive reading that it sticks to my head, I last for 4 hours. After that, then I take a break. You take like 3 hours break and then you come back and continue your reading. But if not, any other thing will be nonsense. Grow to understand myself that I don't read in a noisy environment. I love absolute silence. An environment where you drop a pin and it's going to sound. That's an environment where I can function well, where I can read and grab what I'm reading so well. That's what works for me. Some people will say if they don't read with music, it's not going to work for them. Like even a YouTuber on YouTube, Josie Frank, she said she reads with music. If you bring music, I will start with a sing song. Like, I get distracted a whole lot. So basically, if I want to read and I really want to read and understand what I'm reading, I cut out every distraction I can get. So reading at night was just the best option. I can't read for you a day. I can't. If I should carry book and say I'm reading at a broad daylight, I am deceiving myself, because nothing is gonna enter this head. I prefer reading during exams. I prefer sleeping at day during the day, and then at night I function. What study technique works best for you? I've explained that. What reading technique? Are you a night reader? Are you a day reader? Do you read with music? Do you read absolute silent place? Do you read in a noisy environment? Do you need quietness to read? So just know what reading technique works for you. Do I read better in groups or alone? I don't read in groups. If I should read in groups, basically I feel like I'm making noise. But one of my friend, Michelle, is this kind of person that reads on her own, and when it's almost time for the exam, when they will come to class, she'll still like to interact, and we sit a whole lot together during exams. But when we come to class, that first few minutes before the exam, we could not see her next to me, because for me, I'll just stay. It's even better I go and be gisting. You understand? But she will now go and hang around where they are interacting. They'll be asking questions, this, that, this. I don't do that. Like me, I'm not a last minute reader. What I read over the night, and I'm very sure and satisfied that okay, that this is okay for you, it is okay for me. Any other thing you bring to my presence before the exams, I don't read it, because even when I read it, I don't get it in my head, and it will even scatter what I have on my head, and that's what you love for me. So I don't read in groups. I only prefer to read, and when I get confused, I look for the scholar in class and I go to ask him, please pull me through this, tutor me on this, how do we get this, what is this formula, this, the scholars. But you are reading in groups. I even feel more confused when we read in groups, because basically everybody is bringing their idea, everybody this, everybody that, is this, is that, and at the end of the day, you don't know anything, you end up being confused. So go ahead and read on your own, and then come back and ask questions to the scholars in class. So the next point is, what are my academic strengths and weakness? Number one, do I read better by jotting or going to tutorials? Like me, I don't go for tutorials. I don't go. It was in year one when I told you I was still new that I go for tutorials. They are doing tutorials here. Pew! We don't go. Tutorials here. 2 minutes. Tutorial here. Say no more. I'm there. Tutorial there. Then I don't get there. That's me in year one, and that leads me to the pit I found myself in 200 level. Currently, you will not catch me in tutorials. Well, why? I've already told you what works for me. If I'm confused, I meet a scholar and a scholar puts me through. Or I even meet I've never meet a lecturer, but if you can meet a lecturer, it's better you do that. Or you meet someone that is good at it, he teach you one-on-one. But tutorials, my dear, say failure, say failure. That's what you're looking for in tutorials. I prefer jotting. Materials given to you, you will see materials that are over 150 slides for you to read. So I cannot read that, and then when it's almost time for me for exams that I need to reverse to refresh my memory, I'll still go and still read another 150 slides. It's all possible. So how I read is, when I want to read, I get the materials, then I get another book. I always buy a long note, so I read. If I see this is an important point, and especially we right now that are senior students, we deal with more of essay. But like for you guys that are year one, FULafia deal with OBJ. Currently said is a CBT exam, so you guys write all your exams on the computer, so you have to read in between the lines. If you really want to pass your exams, please read in between the lines, because they may just go and take a particular sentence and put dash 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 and give you options. If you didn't read that part, you've missed that point. But for we that are doing essay currently, so I just get the definition, some explanation that I feel are important, I jot them down, then their importance, their, I just slide through the slides and like I summarize, and then in that summary I'll read before I go for my exams. So I'm a jotting person, I'm not a tutorial person. Am I a better listener, or do I like to read on my own? So do you prefer being tutored, or do you prefer reading on your own? Like me, I prefer, I use both, but tutorials doesn't mean I'm going for another second class that you guys are tutoring me. A one-on-one class is what I want for my tutorials after I'm done reading on my own. Do I read better by teaching people, or do I like to be taught? I read better by being taught. I'm this kind of person. In as much as you guys see me on YouTube, I talk, I am on my own here. Nobody is in this room with me, because I'm going to get shy. I'm still a shy person, and I think I really need to work on that, because being shy is not good. So, but I don't like to teach people. I don't teach. If you call, even my younger ones, they bring assignment, come my side, but it doesn't mean I am dumb. If you bring it, I can still work on it here, but I don't teach. I prefer being taught. All these questions, please write them down and answer it genuinely. Like me, I've shared my answers with you guys right now. Write these questions that I've said and answer them genuinely. There's some people who read a lot, but it doesn't show in their results. Like my mistake in first semester 200 level, I was basically pouring my hard work in a basket, and basically there's nothing that will show for it in the basket. Even me, for my backstory, it took me a long time to know myself. I told you guys I made a whole lot of mistakes. I came into the university, I even did REMS. So basically I spent like 2 years, apart from the strike. Let's just scratch strike here, because I've been in the university from 2018 till now. But it took me 2 years, basically REMS 1 year, and so let's say 3 years. It took me REMS 1 year, year one another year, that's 2 years, year two first semester, that's 2.5 years for me to figure out myself in the university. So yeah, please don't be too hard on yourself. I don't want you guys to make the same mistake I did. So please just write these questions down and answer yourself genuinely. Summary of this is, please understand yourself and what works for you is very important, because it saves you a lot of time wastage. And please don't be a copycat. Okay, what Master A is doing, you follow. Master A is going to the library. Like me, in year one, I went to the library a whole lot. You will always catch me in the library, but right now, from then till now that I found myself, you will never catch me there. what am I doing? I told you I'm not a day reader person. So if I go there, I feel it's a time wastage, because when I was there, I will read, I will now leave that place, I will now still feel empty. I can't remember a single thing I read, and my friends and sister were there and they were reading and they were like, they understand it. So I felt dumb, I felt stupid. I even thought it was a spiritual problem. So I'll go to church, I will be praying, God help me, my brain. Yeah, the prayer was important. The prayer is still very important, because we pray like we never read, and we read like we never pray. Okay, for you to strike a balance in the uni. So the prayer was and it's still very important, but at the same time, as of then, I was still very lost. I never knew myself then. So please don't be a copycat. Know what works for you and do what works for you. Number 2, set realistic goals, but before that, study your environment and what works for you in it. Study your environment, then you set realistic goals, because that's why I said before you set your goals here, I will advise you as a fresher now, just go with a positive mindset, just go with high positivity, just go with you being the best, you being a good student, you being an intelligent student. Just go with that mindset to uni and work for your first semester and second semester and allow the result to come out. When you see these results, that is when I feel you can set a realistic goal. Maybe for instance, now you did your result came out and you are a second class upper student in year 1. So your goal should be, okay, I want to graduate with first class, because if you can do second class upper, what is there in first class that you can't do? They say, okay, you want to graduate with first class, but nothing below second class upper, and you work towards it. Or let's say your first semester results came out as a third class student. You can say, me, I don't like third class, so please don't beat yourself. Just say, okay, my goal, I want to graduate with second class lower. So you work towards achieving that second class lower. You can if you work much more smarter, you can even graduate with first class and with second class upper. But that goal means you're graduating with nothing less than second class lower. Okay, so please just set your realistic goals after your first semester, after your second semester results, year 1 is out. Then understand the grading system. You guys, that a video will be coming about the FULafia grading system. Please stick around with me in this channel, because that video is dropping soon. Okay, I'm going to break it all for you guys to know how the grading system is like in Federal University of Lafia. Try to make reading process enjoyable. You can also carry your choppies along. Don't get me wrong, I said I go for TDBs, but it doesn't mean that I read for that 12 hours I'm in class or 24 hours that I will be in class. No, I go for TDB. Sometimes I will sit down, I will gist. Sometimes as I'm going there, I will gist finish. I finish, I'll now come and lie down in the decks and sleep for maybe 2 hours later, and then I'll wake up to read. So please make the reading process an enjoyable moment, because you are going to get tired of reading, or you're going to get bored easily if you make it a serious business. Okay, so carry choppables along with you, because me, I take cornflakes, I take golden one, milk, water, I carry biscuits, I carry juice, and again my roommate will be like, Daniela, are you sure you're going to read? I think people should leave me. The fact that I'm going for TDB is enough stress on its own already. So I can't make that experience a boring one. I carry blankets with me when I'm going. I carry my socks, I carry my hoodie, I carry what again do I so carry? No, I don't carry pillow, but I carry a whole lot. I use my school bag. So if I'm going for TDB, you go see, like, say they travel go Lagos for 2 days journey. That's why they go for TDB. So because I'm this kind of person that is so allergic to cold, so when I get there, I am under the fan because of mosquito, and then I'm putting on my socks. I'm covering myself with the blanket again because of mosquito, because I wan read carry first class no mean say make I land for hospital now, so I have to protect myself. So abeg, my especially my 200 level roommates, asma, they should tell you how I go for TDB, go tag me as an unserious person. But yeah, please, I can't keep myself. It is what it is. Please make the experience enjoyable. Then number one, know your lecturers. Write your exams based on how your lecturers like it. Okay, I have one lecturer like that. He's in chemistry department, Mr. Timothy. No, sorry, he's not a Mr. He's a doctor, either a doctor or a professor. I don't know currently, but we refer to him then as Dr. Timothy. This man I never knew. That was when the mistake came in first semester. I think, is it 200 level first semester or second semester that we wrote his exams? I got E in his course. The first time I was offering his maths course, I got E. Actually, the funny thing is analytical chemistry he took us then. This went during the lecture, and it was two lecturers, Dr. Benin and Dr. Timothy. During the lectures, it was such an interesting lecture, especially Dr. Benin's part. Dr. Benin will crack you up. All the people in faculty of science will know these lecturers. People in SLT and in chemistry will know these lecturers. I'm talking. And even REMS, because Dr. Benin is the director of REMS. He will crack you up. He's one of the funniest lecturer I know. Some people were like, omo, this man's grandchildren, they don't get grandpapa. That man, he no get issue. He will crack you up. The lecture was so enjoyable, and the course was this kind of simple course that you know that even if you close your eye and close your brain, you will back A in that course. Only for the result to come out and I think got E. Why? Because as of then, I don't know them. I don't know my lecturers. I don't know what they want. Dr. Timothy is this kind of person that you see your booklets. Your booklet should contain almost 10 pages or more than. He wants you to fill it up and you get that your A. And me, I was this kind of person that would just write the main points, write the main points, write the main points. You are correct, but basically you didn't give him what he wants. When I discovered this, okay, I think this happened in first semester 200 level. It was in 200 level second semester that I discovered this. You know the funny thing, guys? When I worked with Dr. Timothy, I got A in this maths course, and I promise you guys, I swear to God that I'm not kidding you, I got 96 over 100 in this maths exams, like the total, because the way they bring the results here, they'll grade it, they'll show you your, if it's A comes from max 70 to 100, so they'll show you either maybe you got 76, you got 86, you got 100. I got A this man's course and I landed in 96 over 100. That is the course that I have had such a mark in my whole life in University of Lafia. Why? Because I now know my lecturer. I know what he wants and I filled that exam booklet for him. So please know your lecturers and know what they want. So that is a secret that is going to really help you. And the next one is understand a question before you answer it. Yeah, that still goes to the lecturer. Understand before you, maybe they may tell you list, they may tell you define, they may tell you what. These are different questions. They say list and mention is the same thing. It means I feel mention, you highlight the main point and you still explain. When they say list, they mean just the main points. When they say define, they mean just the main points. But if they tell you what, they need the main points. They need you to give example. They need you to explain the main points. They need you to now list the main points again and still explain it if they tell you what. So please understand your questions before you answer it. And last but not the least, endeavor to put God first in all you do. That is what I was saying earlier. In the university, you read like you don't know God, and then you pray like you're the dumbest person on it. You pray like you never read. and most especially you pray, sorry, most especially you pray a whole lot. University, you can't scale through without God. You're a fat liar, and especially, let me give you another secret here. FULafia is this kind of people that admit students a whole lot more than the supply. The demand is more than the supply. There was a time that they admitted almost 9,000 students. I don't know this set, but it was set after us, this back set. Tell me, where do you want to put them? Which lecturers want to mark? Okay, I think it was the set they merged two sets, 2021 and 2022. That was when we had over 9,000 students on campus. Where is the supply to handle 9,000 students? One lecturer will mark 9,000 scripts. Okay, we have different lectures, we have different departments here. So let's say in a department you have almost 500 students, one lecturer to 500 students. Tell me, how is he supposed to mark your scripts and grade you without a mistake? Sometimes you do not even get that E. You worked for that A and you got your A, but mistake will land you in E and F. So tell me, how will you scale through those points? Some lecturers say when they see the workload is too much, they get angry and then they start marking. Even when you're on point safe, you go see maybe they want to even give you 100, you go see they go just turn them to 0, grade you F. Meanwhile, you worked for A. How are you supposed to scale through that? You read, you worked for it, you made it, but you need God to crown everything all for you. My dear, FULafia is just God. It's not our brains that work for us in that university, but God. On a serious note, let me be bluntly honest with you guys. If not be for God, I don't know where I for be. Honestly, so please hold your God tight and pray. Pray, hold God tight, because without God, let me just leave it like that. So guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please do also give it a big thumbs up, comment, and also share the video. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Keep the numbers coming. This year is Operation 500 subscribers, and we are going to hit it before the end of this year. So please do also subscribe and like this video to help YouTube push these videos to new viewers, to help me recommend the videos to new people. Okay, so yeah, I'll see you guys on my next video. Until then, stay fabulous. I love you.